Is your age of heroes finally over?
I'm no hero. Never was.
Metal Gear Solid 4 has been a project that has kind of grown, and it's beyond the scope that we'd ever imagined, where we initially had about 80 guys working on the project, which for most games that's plenty. And now the team's grown to 200 people, and we've got so many different elements in the game. It's not just sneaking, it's not just the battlefield, but other things that you're going to be able to do in the game that people are going to go like, you basically created you're adding a whole new genre to the game, and so we have to bring a whole new team of 20 or 30 people for that. There's this tendency that you want to hold it back, you want to bring it back into this and just like finish the game, but that's not Hideo Kojima style. I mean, if we just made it kind of a vanilla Metal Gear, people would really complain and it wouldn't sell. So we've got to top ourselves. We got to beat Metal Gear 1, 2, and 3. The biggest complaints about Metal Gear Solid 3 were the controls and the camera. And we've addressed both those with Metal Gear Solid 4. And that has been my big thing for the past 2.5 years is changing the way that we approach games, is bringing in some Western influence. I mean, there's no more sacred cows in the studio. We know that this is on the next gen. We're going for an international audience. This can't be made just for a Japanese audience that's used to top-down, bird's-eye view camera angles and things like that. So we're introducing 2 different control schemes too. So one that's more set for Japanese like mindset, and then more for Western gamers. So I think we're hitting all the bases right now. Well, it all comes down to what we call an engagement style button. It's on the square button. You can toggle it on and off. It's an auto aim. So a lot of Japanese players, they have a hard time using both analog sticks and shooting at the same time. So we have this auto aim that kind of makes it more simplified. They can shoot in the general direction of a soldier and take him out pretty quickly. But you know, when I first started playing the game, every time I just hit that square button, go to freestyle, it's over the shoulder view. It's kind of like a Resident Evil 4 Gears of War style, but with a twist. And that allows you to make more accurate shots. You can go for headshots, you can go for a kneecap. So that's why we're kind of tweaking it with Metal Gear Online. You know, we're using the same graphic engine, same sound engine, and the same control scheme for Metal Gear Online. We're having this little bit of a problem, like, should we make some rooms that are auto aim only, or we're gonna make some rooms that are free look only? Just so, you know, it's going to be a little bit cheap. You know, if some guys are doing auto aim, some guys are doing the free look, but we're still working on the balance, and I think we'll figure it out by launch. The gameplay set with you controlling Solid Snake at the beginning of the game, at the end of the game. I mean, of course you could expect some twists, but as far as like we're introducing a new character that you can control, we're not doing that with Metal Gear Solid 4. Yeah, that monkey in basically not a diaper, but in a monkey in pants. Yeah, I mean that's an element that, yeah, it's surprising, kind of weird, but you kind of expect that from Metal Gear. So he's a companion for Drebin, who's a new character that we're introducing in the series. He's really funny, like a really intelligent arms dealer. He's like this. He sells weapons on the black market. You cannot pick up items from PMC soldiers. You can't pick up their weapons and use them automatically. They're linked to their nanomachines, and only PMCs can hold their certain weapons. But if you take those weapons that you picked up and give them to Drebin for a certain fee, he'll unlock those guns for you. So he becomes a vital part of the gameplay, actually. So story-wise, he's very important. Gameplay-wise, he's very important. And he also got this monkey companion that we use to kind of liven up his scene. But as we went in through the game, he's become such his own character that, you know, the monkey just kind of adds something to the kind of mystique of this character, but he's really has a standalone part in this game, and we're really excited about people being able to check him out. We understand that not everybody's played through every single game in the series, so for example in the cutscenes there's going to be like a circle button icon in the top right hand corner that's going to appear from time to time, and if you hold that, it'll bring you to a flashback of whatever they're referencing in the game. If they're referencing Metal Gear Rex, for example, if you hold that button, it's going to bring up Metal Gear Rex. It might bring some flashbacks to Metal Gear Solid 2. And it's fun, even for hardcore gamers, you're like, oh, I remember that scene, and it's going to be really cool to kind of bring it all together and bring it full circle. Now those scenes are actually just captures from the old game. So the Metal Gear Solid 1 flashbacks are in that MGS1 32-bit, like really kind of dirty polygons, but we have a filter going over, it makes it look pretty cool, and some really cool sound effects as well. And then also with the script itself, we're referencing a lot of stuff from MGS1 and MGS2, but bringing it all back in a way, we're bringing back characters, so it's kind of like an all-star cast, and we're really just wrapping up the series and just tying up all the loose ends. So and maybe after 2 days after launch, people are going to start flooding message boards out. Can you believe what these guys did about these certain things about the PlayStation 3 hardware? You know, and obviously if I hint at them, if I talk about them, it's gonna spoil the fun, but the team's working overtime, working weekends, just making sure that we can hit that launch sometime between, you know, early next year until the end of March. So hopefully we'll have we can announce a release date pretty soon. So this really is the final chapter in Solid Snake's series. There's no surprise ending where we're gonna have a teaser for Metal Gear Solid 5 or anything. We're wrapping up the story. You would be disappointed if we didn't throw some twists in there in the game, I'm sure, but we're not trying to screw with the fans or anything. This is the final chapter in Solid Snake's story, no doubt about it.
Snake, if you won't be a prisoner to fate, then go.